Until you become conscious of this truth, you may be a victim of life. You are living to fight and you are fighting to live. Everybody is fighting a battle. Everyone seated here, whether you are a Christian, a non-Christian, every human on the face of the earth is undergoing a battle. Life is full of battle. We must learn how to win the battles of life and not dodge the battles of life. Most of us are looking for escape away from the battles. No, it is the battles you fight and conquer that you are crowned victors and champion over. You are not ordained to be the victims of the battles of life. It is true that there are battles to face, but you are not ordained to be a victim of the battles of life. You are ordained a victor. First John chapter 5 verse 4. He says, whosoever is born of God overcometh the world. But the winning power of the believer is the faith of the believer. This is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith. First John 5:4. This is the victory that overcomes the world. Our faith is the power for victorious living. When faith is absent, the man suffers in life. It is not because you come to church that you live the overcomer's life. It's because you have faith. Because there are many church people who are living as victims instead of victors. It is our faith in God that puts us in command of circumstances of life. Can I say this to you? What you are crying over, somebody else is rejoicing over. What makes you sleepless, somebody else is having it as a testimony. I'm sure one of the days here you are sat in church, the same experiences you are having that is painful to you, somebody was sharing testimony. What's the difference between you and that person? The person learned how to turn his situation to his advantage. Faith is the real life of the believer. Anything outside of faith is fake. Faith is the real life of the believer. The believer doesn't have another life outside of faith. He was called to walk in faith, not to walk by sight. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. He said, for we walk by faith and not by sight. Too many of us have limited our life. We live only by the things we see. Why? We have stayed too long around the world. In the world there's a saying, seeing is believing. Am I correct? But in the kingdom, believing is seeing. It's an opposite one. The word you have to see before you believe. But in the kingdom, you believe first to see it. If you don't believe it, you won't see it. And that's why most of us have been robbed out of blessings from God. God told you something, you say, I cannot even see a sign. I do not even feel it. God doesn't want you to feel it. He just wants you to believe him.